Hello everybody, this is the Frugal Gamer, and today we're going to review Far Cry Classic, the port for the PlayStation 3. Now, Far Cry Classic is a first-person shooter that was developed by Crytek. It was published in 2004. It sold very well, and it spawned other releases. Now, as I said, this is going to be the download-only version for PlayStation 3. Now, the game story follows a former U.S. Army Special Forces operative named Jack Carver. He's stranded. Ends up getting stranded on an island because of his job. And what I mean by that is he dropped everything in his past to run a boat charter business in the South Pacific. He was hired by a female named Val Cortez, and this lady was actually had a secret involved, and she was going to the uncharted island of Micronesia. After the Val takes off on her jet ski on the boat they had chartered, the boat is blown up with a rocket, and this is where Jack Carver's story starts. He's contacted by a man named Doyle, and he ends up traveling across various areas and islands battling mysterious mercenaries in search for Val, the lady that was on the jet ski. Now, he has encounters with what's called Trigens. These are genetically altered beasts. And he continues to get information from Doyle. Jack later on discovers that the island is part of an experiment involving genetic modification funded by the genetic company Krieger Corp and led by their CEO, Dr. Krieger. As the game progresses, the story starts to unfold a little bit more. I don't want to give too much away, but it does bring up, the atrocities and things on this island, and you fight more from regular people. It advances to what they call Trigens. Now remember, this is a port, so the graphics might not be as stellar as a brand new game for PlayStation 4, if you will. Now if you look here, though, I have a screenshot. The graphics are quite fabulous in this anyway, especially considering its time. The audio on the game is very solid too, and it gives you a lot of different looks in the game between the wonderful blue skies, green woods, as I show here, as I run down here. As you see, it's quite a beautiful outreach, and the graphics are great for their time considering. The gun sounds are good. As I muted them out here, though, to talk on this review. As you see, they're quite good. It takes you and spans you in different areas of their action, with different types of guns. For example, here I'll take you to another area on the map. As you see here, there's engagements. Now this game is a little different than some fighting games. You cannot just run and gun like you can on Call of Duty. If you do that in this game, you will end up dead. You have to be smart. The AI actually is quite intelligent. They will try to flank you. And so see here, we got some regular people are attacking. And so anyway, the enemies will try to attack you. You have a limited amount of guns you can carry as well as ammo, adding to the challenge. It just doesn't load up with everything. It is a little bit maze-like, so you have to use the map and use it to your advantage. And sometimes there's little special pathways you can take that give you different access ways to the same situation. Let's see here, I'm in this panel here. I'm going to go down this step area here. And I jump across here and see there's a door here. So the graphics are quite good considering for the port. The movement is good. I will say takes a little getting used to. It isn't quite Call of Duty like as well. It takes a little bit getting used to controls. Now notice there is some gore in this game. I'm going to be meeting up with some Trigens here in a second to show you what one of those looks like. And here we go. Nasty little buggers. And they do get tougher as you go. And different types. There's the old trusty handgun as I shoot them. Now as you go, the story progresses. As I said, you find out more. The lighting, textures are all pretty good. There is a significant amount of load time between each section that you'll have to wait for. That's really not a big deal. Now, something that really bears mentioning. Maybe you're deciding to jump into the Far Cry series. One of the reasons I'm doing this review is Far Cry 4 will be out very soon. Now, so with that in mind, do you need to buy this? Well, to be fair, Far Cry Classic has nothing to do with Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2, completely different main characters, completely different setting. There is no Trigens, completely different story. So you don't have to play this one if you want to jump into 4 or even to 2 or 3. But, it's just another piece in the system. It's a good classic game. If you like a standard classic shooter, this is probably a good game for you and for your buy. Because you can download it for around $10 from the PlayStation Store. This is the only way for the PlayStation 3 to get this that I'm aware of. Now, as I said, you don't have to have it because the story doesn't link up necessarily. But it's a fun game. I would recommend to take some time to consider buying this. If you like a classic shooter, this probably is for you. If you don't like a classic shooter and $10 you think it would be a waste of money, well then don't bother. If I was to rate it, I would say classic shooter enthusiasts, yes. People that have to have the newest, latest thing probably should pass. Ultimately, is it a fun game? Yes. Is it worth your $10? I would also have to go and say yes as well. Alright, well I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, please click the like button, and that way I can know to continue to make more of these. As you notice, I've already upped the technology since the last videos, and I plan to continue doing that. Thank you very much. Have a good day.